You know, there's a famous saying in that Hollywood movie, isn't there? You know, nobody puts baby in the corner. Remember that one? Dirty Dancing. I don't know why it's such a phenomenon, but it is, of course, for people around the world. I remember going to interview the stars of the musical version, and there's a line in it called "I brought a watermelon" or something. Everybody laughed. I thought, I don't get this. Do you know what I'm on about? You know, oh, well, that's a relief. But of course, certain people, obviously in the world of celebrity, that some might suggest you wouldn't necessarily be putting in a corner. Who do you think that might be? Well, to some people that could be the former royals known as Harry and Meghan, but seemingly their bosses have exactly just done that. And let me tell you, they are less than impressed. As ever, let me explain. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Lovely to have your company. And as ever, welcome one and all brand new subscribers. It truly is very nice to welcome you all. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the channel. And as I often say, do get involved, do keep it clean. Please don't cross-promote other channels. It's just here for us and our community. You know, you understand, it's about what we like and the community that I'm trying, hopefully, to make a friendship group and put together. I see you all as chums, as you know, and I love finding out little bits about you and, of course, sharing bits about... We all know about my phone now, don't we? I know, dramas. It's good to share. I was steaming when it happened, because it's your life just in tatters, isn't it? Oh, so you think for 10 minutes, you know, you think, well, what am I going to do, you know? Now, some might suggest that this could be the very same thing that's happened, of course, to Harry and Meghan, because when you saw recently at the Golden Globes, as I said to you before, it must have been highly embarrassing for the boss of Netflix, Ted, to be humiliated in front of his peers, basically by being mocked and said, well, look, you know, people are laughing at you because you've given millions of dollars to a company and two people that are not really clearly willing to do anything. They don't want to do any work, clearly. The sort of thing they've put out has been lackluster, and yes, the docuseries was always going to be successful because that's what Netflix had paid for. Now, what's interesting, according to a very well-placed source, Harry and Meghan are now literally fuming, simply because, as we told you the other day, they did have a meeting with Paramount. This is sort of a peripheral meeting of what can you offer, what do you want, and they've basically said this is what we want, you know. And I find it stupid, really, because, you know, everybody knows why you signed up. You know, you are a gossip merchant. That's the gig. They're not interested in your Heart of Invictus or a book that you're about to turn over. They don't want that. The deal is dish the dirt for money. That's what they signed you up for. But according to that very well-placed source, you see, Netflix really spun the tables on Harry and Meghan and decided to announce to the world that they've got lots of exciting projects that they can't wait to share. A similar sort of eerie message that Meghan shared at the ill-fated beige dress-wearing, creosote-looking Variety Awards thing on the carpet, remember? She was so excited, she couldn't really say what it was. Netflix have decided they're pushing them into a corner. That is the deal. It is basically what the bosses do. They announce to the world that you will be providing some information, you will be providing content, and we're telling the world, because if you don't, you're now on a ticking time bomb. That's how it works in the world of show business. Now, Meghan Markle will know whether she really wants to admit it or not. Prince Harry will think he can bat it away simply because he's a former royal. But what's happened here is a very shrewd, clever, spin-about move by, of course, the streaming giant. They're not prepared to wait anymore. They're now telling the world, and it really leaves it wide open to them, that if you decide not to deliver, they've told the world they were waiting, and there's a time date on it. Whichever way you look at it, it's tricky times in the world of the streaming land of Harry and Meghan, and it can't be too long now before one of them truly explodes. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.